Hey, it's Liv, and it's Maddie, and you guys are listening to Off the Record. Off the Record is a student-made podcast where we listen to music and talk about current affairs.
On this episode, we have Crow Street with their song, Soul.
There was a time I felt so alone. People's plain faces and hearts filled with stone. There was a time when I knew a man who tried to command that I leave my home. Yes, I've been wrong, no, not been strong. Yes, it's been a long time coming since I sat on my throne. My throne. My throne. I knew a place that had loving grace, but quickly everybody dug their own graves. There came a thought that turned to a lie that soon started to damage my own mind. But where are human after? We're all human after. Bring me down right to my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul, out of control, control, control me, ways that some told. It was late and I was cold, but I still felt your warmth on my skin. I don't know why, but I decided that I should let you in. My heart seemed to beat to the rhythm of your pain. But by the time I saw it was mine, it was too late. I was drowned in a wave of hate, forcing me to forget those days. I was lost in a wave of pain. Somehow it was all mine to blame. My heart grew dark and cold. A fate that no one else should hold. Break me down right to my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul, my soul, out of control. Control me, control me, control me. What does I That was Soul. That song will be out on Spotify eventually. There's no release date yet. Just to quickly introduce the band, this is Griffin. Last name? Griffin Ryder. Ed. Last name? Allen. Ed Allen. Jack Janes, otherwise known as Jack Daniels. Ren Goodyear. And I am Crow Street. Next song we'll be doing is called Love is Art. Trying to put together pieces I lost long ago. It's time for me to come home, and I'm sorry I'm hopeless, but I promise we'll get through this. Trust me, I know. I've been here before. Who will I be 500 years from now? Ashes to dust, I'll melt right into the ground. Time will tear us apart, but everything ends, and that's what makes our love art. It's hard to admit this, but I think I wanna trust love once again. I think I'll fall in love again. And your eyes are golden, strike me right between the hearts so I can feel your warmth again. I'm tired of feeling pretend. Who will I be 500 years from now? Ashes to dust, I'll melt right into the ground. Time will tear us apart, but everything ends, and that's what makes our love art. Man, I'm so tired of ashes to dust, I'm out right into the ground. Time will tear us apart, but everything ends, and that's what makes our love. I realized I kind of forgot to introduce that song, but basically that song was written about how I have this really big fear of losing people I love due to past experiences. And when I started dating my boyfriend, I was just too afraid of losing him to love him. So I wrote that song, and it, kind of helped me through that. And now I'm very happy, and we've been dating for a year. So this next song, and our final song, is called Make Me Wanna Cry. This song was written in like 10 minutes tops, but it's super, I want to say bluesy and funky. It's really fun to sing, so yeah. This is Make Me Wanna Cry. I told you I needed space, but you're pretty all the time. Makes me wanna cry, making me forget my place, but I could never forget that place. You make me wanna cry, make me wanna cry. I'll be crying all night over those brown eyes. You're so pretty all the time. Just make me wanna cry.
you and your band are just like a powerhouse. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your bandmates.
Well, me and my bandmates, we met in the program. I remember the first time I saw Ed and Ren playing, I saw they were playing War Pigs by Black Sabbath, and I sat down, I was listening to them, and I was like immediately like, they're going in my band, like right now. And as soon, before they even could get down off the stage fully, I ran up to Ren and I was like, I'm gonna play that song with you. And then, yeah, so that's how they became my drummer, my bassist. I met Jack through my old teacher. He was like, suggested that we should play together because he thinks we have the same vibes. And then Griffin just kind of came along with the ride, so.
Well, you sound fabulous together.
I gotta say, I really love the lyrics. Could you tell me a little bit about what your writing process looks like?
Well, I kind of started writing songs like at the age of 12, and what I would do is I would just kind of come up with some chords, and then I would just hum along to it, and then I'd just go like, and then just like turn it into lyrics, you know? I would pretty much, a lot of the time, when I wrote my best songs, is I would just one-shot it and record it on my phone. Like I have so many voice memos, so many.
And where did the name Crow Street come?
Well, Crow was actually like a nickname that I got in high school. I always wore like this crow necklace, and you know, I wasn't really sure like if I wanted to go by like a stage name or something, and someone was like, "What's your name?" And I was just like, because I wanted to like be cool. And then they're like, Crow necklace, I'll call you Crow. That, and also I kind of really enjoyed the name Crow because I had a friend when I was 13, and she always used to say this little poem that it was like, 1 crow means good luck, 2 crows mean, and the rest of it. And then Street is kind of a play on my last name, like my last real name is Lane. So Street, and I was like, Crow Street. And I was like, okay, Googled it, wasn't anything that was real, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna steal that.
Definitely very different, and also like has that little bit of meaning as well, like your friend's poem, so it's pretty cool.
It's unique, I like it. Could you tell me a little bit about the song Soul? Where did the idea for that stem from?
I remember the very first day, because we actually started doing it for a project that we're recording. And as soon as my teacher was like, okay, so we're going to be recording and editing an entire song. And I was immediately so excited because I was like, this is amazing. So I remember as soon as I got in the car, I just started humming, and then I came up with the chorus first. And like, break me down right in my soul. And I went home and I just started adding to it, and I have had some interesting past experiences, and I just kind of wrote about that. So yeah.
Well, it was like for sure like an amazing song. We were blown away when we were watching you. I have to say, like all of us were. In the song, you mentioned like a little bit about like isolation. Do you think people in this generation can like I guess relate, you know, to that because of all their like all social media and things? Do you think that makes people like more isolated?
Definitely. I find social media is, you know, hold on. Wait, can you ask it again?
Yeah, sorry. So like the isolation in Soul, do you think that's something that a lot of people, I guess our age, kind of face or struggle with?
Definitely. I find that, you know, no matter what you're going through, like you're always going to feel like you're alone in some sense. No matter how much someone relates to you, you're always going to feel like you're alone. But what's important is to remember that there's always going to be people around you who want to support you. And yeah, I mean, I've gotten through some of my toughest times with my band members and just friends that I met in this program. Honestly, I'm very grateful for it.
And how do you think modern relationships influence the way people write about love?
I find, I don't know, modern relationships, I find there's a lot of people in the world who are hurting and a lot of people who are struggling. And I just always want to be there for people, and I found that's got me in some tough spots. So I honestly, I forgot your question.
No, that's okay. We can even just scrap that one if you want. We can jump back to talk about maybe the other song. Love is Art, if you wanted to ask that.
Yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit about Love is Art and what kind of went into making that song, that would be great.
Yeah, so due to a past experience when I was younger, I had a friend when I was 13, she died of leukemia cancer, and that later developed like this huge fear of like losing a loved one for me. So I was very terrified of like losing my boyfriend, and yeah, I just started writing about it, and I just like was trying to explain like to him in my head like, why can I not be with you even though I love you, you know? So I just started writing, and the more I wrote about it, the more I realized that this is just a fear that was taking over me, less of a reason. So I just thought I'd write about it.
And Crow, what do you hope that listeners take away from your music?
Everyone hurts, and it's okay to, you know, be in your feelings. It's okay to talk about it, and, you know, it's okay to cry. And it's also okay to write about it, to be emotional, to express yourself in that way. And there's always going to be people around you, whether you think there isn't or there is. There will always be someone who can help. You just have to reach out.
Thank you so much for the performance today. We were saying earlier, I can't believe I got to watch it for free. It was absolutely amazing. We'll see you probably in concert again someday.
Absolutely, it was phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Off the Record, and we will see you next time.
I told you I needed space, but you're pretty all the time.